We're just going to do a couple more things to the front end of our website before we wrap up this introduction to WordPress. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change our WordPress website so that we can utilize a static front page. Currently, the front page of our website is using a page that is generated from the theme. So if we actually go into Appearance and go into Customize, you can see that the front page right now is looking like this. And if we go to Static Front Page, the page that it's showing is a list of our latest posts. So whatever new posts that we put, they would show up here on the front page. We also have the option to do a static page. And in order to do a static page, we're going to need to create a page that is going to act as our home page. So I will go into my page section. I'm going to cancel out of here. And we're going to create a new page. And we'll call this page Home. And once I have this text, I'm going to go into my page builder. It lets me know that it wants to copy this existing text into the page builder. I'm going to click OK. That's going to appear as such. We are going to add a row, and our row is going to have 4 columns. We're going to use evenly spaced columns, so we'll go ahead and insert these. And within these columns, we're going to add images. The images are going to be representative of some of our posts. I'm going to make the destination URL for my images go to the post that has to do with that particular creature. And I will make sure that the image does not extend beyond the container, so I'll leave bound checked. If you want to preview this, you could go ahead and preview to see what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like right here. It's going to preview really large because the image that we're using is going to be large. If you wanted to add any of the additional padding attributes or design styles, you could certainly do that as well. We will leave those at default. We're going to click Done. And I'm going to do this for the rest of the 4 columns that I've created. So these are all going to link to one of our posts about the creatures that we're featuring in our most recent posts. Now that we have that added to our site, I'm going to go ahead and publish the page. If you wanted to preview the page, you could go ahead and preview that. And you can see that this is what the page currently looks like. So we're going to go ahead and make this our home page. Now this page is done, I'm going to go ahead and set this as my actual home page. I have 2 places where I could do that for this theme. In this theme, as you saw, I could go to Appearance and go to Customize. And I have the option to set a static front page. And if I chose static front page, I could simply select the home page as my new front page, and then it would become the new static home page. You also have the option to set a post page. Now, I didn't make a post page, but the post page would contain the default posts. So it would look similar to what we currently had as our home page. I'm going to get out of here because I want to show you the other place that we can set this, and that is to go under Settings and go to Reading. If you go into Settings and Reading, you're going to have something that looks very similar where you can set a static page. So we're going to have our front page be the home page. For the post page, we're not going to actually select anything because in this particular website that I'm building, I don't need a post page, but if you did want to have a post page, you would simply need to create another page, and then you would select that page to be the default location for your posts. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and save changes. And if we go back to our website and simply refresh it, you can now see what my home page looks like. Alright, so you can see in this way that we have updated our homepage and created a custom homepage by specifying that we wanted to use this page as our homepage instead of the default homepage for the theme. I am going to show you a couple of other things. You may have noticed that down on the bottom of my page we have this show sharing buttons, and there are no sharing buttons on any of our pages. So let's just talk about where we can augment that. If we go into Jetpack and go to Settings and go under Engagement, one of the options that we have clicked is Sharing, where visitors can share content. We already have this turned on. If we expand this section, we can configure our sharing settings. So we're going to go in there and we can hook up the different sharing sites that we might want to. Now currently, if you click connect, it's going to actually try to connect to the various social media icons that are here. You may want to do that, or you may want to add your own custom sharing buttons. So that's what we're going to do here. We are going to go ahead and embed our own services. So I'm going to put email. We'll do Facebook. And I want to add a service that is not listed here. So I'm going to click add a new service. This one is going to be the Instagram. And I need to put in the sharing URL. So this would be the URL for my Instagram account. In this case, I'm just going to have it go to the Instagram homepage. If you want to show an icon, you will need to have access to a 16 by 16 pixel icon. You'll need to know the URL for that particular icon. Once you've entered this information, you click Create Share button, and then you will see that you have a new button that appears. Now that you have that button, you can drag the service that you want to include in your share area. The share buttons are currently going to show up with the icon and the text because that's what I have specified. We can use icon only, text only, or official buttons. And if you change these things, you can see how the icons are going to update as such. I will leave mine at icon and text. I am going to leave the share label as share this, and I want to show the buttons on my front page and on my pages. I'm going to click Save Changes. And now if we go back to the front end section of our WordPress website, you'll see that I have a share button, and when I hover over, it's going to add the different shared icons that we have included. If we've hooked any of these up, like we did with Instagram, it's going to take me to the URL that I have specified. Hopefully, we've covered some different things that you can do to your website. We've modified this website in a considerable way, and this last step was that we just went ahead and customized our homepage. If we go to any of the pages that we already created, they also will contain the share button because we specified that we wanted this to show up on pages as well as the home page.